This is one of my favorite shows, and I love talking to you every year. This season is wild.
I know. I try to tell them, I try to tell my family at the beginning. I'm like, buckle up. And they didn't believe me. They're like, it's not going to be that crazy. Yeah, it's going to be that crazy. And they haven't watched episode 9 and 10. So
Oh
they're
boy.
wild ride.
Um, one of my favorite things about this show, I keep saying, is that I love that none of you have any idea of what's actually happening in this town.
So evil, but I kind of, after 3 years of doing that, it's like you just have to trust and believe that, you're going to find your answers and you're going to find more questions, of course. But you just have to trust that they're going to do a good job in transitioning all that stuff. But it's hard. It's hard as an actor. You just want to know everything from the beginning to the end. You just want to know when to start, when to finish, and you have no idea what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to die next season. You don't know what plans they have for your character, and it suits of course, it suits the storyline. If your
Mhm.
character is meant to die, it means it's not gratuitous. It's for a reason, and it suits the storyline. But you don't know. You're always like, I hope I am. I don't know, but hopefully.
What does it feel like when you read each episode and you see what's happening with Tabitha?
It's exciting, especially the season. She's more like out there. She's more active. She wants answers. She was so close to being outside, but she was so afraid that she was outside that I think, a lot of that's when my kid is obsessed with the show. He has relayed to me that a lot of people are angry at Tabitha that she was out and she didn't do anything. But what I tell him is that I totally get it, but I totally get the feeling of like when you just arrive to town and someone tells you there's monsters, you're like, that's not true. And then you see it with your own eyes that there are monsters. When you wake up in a hospital, you're like, this is part of their game. They're messing up with my mind. So I don't think that's something that she rationally, if she was rational about the whole situation, she like, I'm gonna try to find someone. What if she's part of the game? And I think in that part of in that scene where she's with Victor's dad in the car, it's like when she takes the bracelet, it's like they're playing with me because I found this on the diner. How can it be here? It's mind bull. It's impossible. This is a fucking game. And I don't think that prevented her from finding help because it's such a crazy thought that you can escape from town that I don't think she was thinking clear. I think she was going through the motion and she stumbled upon Victor's dad and then back again in from town. So
It just makes me think that she has such an essential role in this. I mean, obviously, I don't want to give anything away at all for episodes 9 and 10, but she's got a lot on her plate and a lot to contend with going into the next season, you know?
it's a full plate for her. It's interesting because she lost a child and she goes into this place of like, you just have to be there and you just have to take care of your two remaining kids and trying to protect them, but also protect yourself and deal with, they're going to get divorced is just a lot. And for them to what happens the rest of it, it's so much. And I don't know if I'm excited or scared if we have season four, what's going to happen? Because it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot, but it is what that place gave them, right? It's
Mhm.
scary.
Lastly, do you have any, I've been asking all your co-stars this, if there are any wild theories that you have about what could possibly be going on?
No, no, I don't. I think I decided to stop thinking about theories in the ending of season one, because I'm like, oh, they're dead. Like, sure, they can be dead, but what if they don't? What if they're not dead? What? what if this is like purgatory? So I started going into like the rabbit hole. I'm like, I'm just gonna go with the flow. I don't know. I'm just hoping to find answers, and I just hope with the audience to be like, oh, that was it. But if I have like something that I really want to know, I'm not care about like my character, but I really want to know what the kids in this labs and looking at the symbol, like why are seven? I'm just very curious about that. And I know the creators, or the John has specific reasons why there are seven children looking like that, looking up at the symbol that is right. It's so interesting to me.
Mhm.
Not so like how to leave town, like get out of here. I don't care much about that because it's okay. But I want to know what the children mean. Like how can we, or maybe this is my personal thing because I've been so close to that storyline of the children and to deal with the children, but I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with those children. How can we save them? How can we take them care of? Like I just want to know. That's all.
Me too. Listen, I have loved hanging out with you today. I love catching up every season and obviously seeing how you've been evolving. Tabitha is fantastic. Um, Thanks for hanging out today.
Thank you. Thank you. It was
Yeah,
awesome, and I can't wait to see you next year, hopefully.
yeah, me too.